Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. Okay, so we just attacked, got rid of Nissa's Pilgrimage and 2 lands. Eldrazi Sky Spawner. He's got 2 Mist Intruders. Well, this looks like Mono Green Ramp. The other guy, oh, Zendikar Royal, or Zendikar's Royal. I've been seeing this added to the Mono Green Ramp deck more often lately. That isn't going to help him a whole lot against these Eldrazi since they all have flying at the moment. Now, what deck is the Eldrazi guy playing? It looks like maybe a Grixis Eldrazi. But it's certainly aggressive. Goes in with the flyers. He's gonna hit him for 4. So the, well, I guess we'll call it the Grixis Eldrazi deck for now, is going to have to consider what to do about those 2/2s. He could continue attacking with his flyers, and the ramp deck can't stop him. But at the same time, the ramp deck now has 5 2/2s. You know, sure, taking 4 the last turn was no big deal. Next turn, can you really afford to take 10? Or 8 if you block with the Scion token? Ghostfire Blade. Equips it to Eldrazi Sky Spawner. And plays an Endless one for 1. And attacks in with the flyers for 6. This is a pretty good gamble. He hit him for 6. He's got him at 6. Next turn is lethal. His 5 2/2s can't kill him on this attack by themselves. The Mist Intruder got rid of Hedron Archive and Nissa's Pilgrimage. Still not that big of a deal. 6 cards in his hand. He's going all in with the 2/2s. And 2 chump blocks. 6 damage goes through, takes him down to 11. And he concedes. Well, let's see what happens in game 2. Okay, Sylvan Scrying for Blighted Woodland. Sludge Crawler. I'm starting to think that this is a Grixis Aggro deck. I don't know if that's actually the title, or whether it's Grixis Eldrazi Aggro, but it's definitely looking Grixis colored. It's aggressive, and it looks like it's filled with Eldrazi. Sludge Crawler, does he have enough? Yeah, he would have enough to buff it up. But he plays a Mist Intruder. So no attack into the Undergrowth Champion. Now that Undergrowth Champion is out so early, this ramp deck might actually have a much better chance at winning this game. We haven't seen hardly anything from the Grixis deck other than Eldrazi creature cards and a Ghostfire Blade. Champion's a 4/4. He attacks in with it. No blocks. Goes down to 19. I actually feel sorry for Undergrowth Champion. It's a really good card. It's just, it's a tough standard block for him to come out in. Duststalker, okay, 5/3 devoid haste, and it dies if he controls no other colorless creatures. Got rid of a mountain and a, Surrock. That kind of hurts. That's the exile, I need that one. Clear out the revealed cards one. So he's down to 13, plays a land. Undergrowth Champion's now a 5/5. 6 mana, Green Warden of Marasa. Nissa's Pilgrimage? Yep. Doesn't matter the lands that he gets at this point, because he's just feeding the Undergrowth Champion. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I think I'd rather hold back the Undergrowth Champion so that I could block the Duststalker and not have to worry about my creature dying, especially since Green Warden doesn't have a really good card to return. I mean, Scrying would get him a land. But, it seems like kind of a waste to have to throw your Green Warden in front of this guy just to get back a Sylvan Scrying. So Ghostfire Blade equipped to Mist Intruder. Goes in with just the flyer. So that'll be 3 damage. And gets rid of, Zendikar's Royal. That's not nice for him. That's one of his big ace cards. Another Sludge Crawler. But the Eldrazi deck isn't stupid. He didn't want to just throw his Duststalker away into an Undergrowth Champion that can just laugh at it. Whoa, Omnath, Locus of Rage. Land enters the battlefield under your control. Put a 5/5 red and green elemental creature into play. And when it or another elemental you control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Ooh. Oh, I see now. It's an elemental deck. I didn't put that together. I mean, Surrock isn't an elemental, but pretty much everything else is. Next turn, if he plays a land and then activates the Blighted Woodland, he could get rid of the Mist Intruder and one of the Sludge Crawlers, or he could deal 6 damage straight to the face. Oh no, it's 3 damage, excuse me. So he could get rid of the Mist Intruder and the Duststalker. Okay, Intruder gets through, gets rid of Cinderglade. He's down to 7. Throws out Eldrazi Sky Spawner. You know, when I first started playing Magic, decks like this guy's Elemental deck, at this point in the game, I'd be expecting him to play an Overrun and then just murder me, because I wouldn't be able to block enough. But Wizards minimize that possibility over the years. There just aren't any cards like that anymore because they realized it's not really fun to have to deal with things like that. So he's attacking all in. Does any of them have trample? No, they don't. I'm afraid that he's going to... Well, that's 5. Theoretically, he can live through this next turn. It's only 5 damage in the air. And I realize now that the elementals have to die to deal the 3 damage, so me talking about him zapping creatures was me being an idiot. Okay, second main phase. Another Omnath. Okay, sacks the tapped one. Both of them trigger off of the death, so he's going to Lightning Bolt the Duststalker and kill it. And then the Sky Spawner and kill it, minimizing the damage that can be dealt to him. So even if he plays... He'd have to play like 2 Ghostfire Blades and equip them. Which he has the mana for, but the possibility of it happening is quite low. Other than that, he's in serious trouble because he's got a 5/5. Well, he's got 2 5/5s, a 5/4, and a 6/6, and at the moment a single blocker. I'm wondering what he means by that. Tell me I'm not the first for that play. Does that mean he wants to know that he's not the first one to get that used on, or whether he wants to not be the first one to... I don't know. But that's the first time I've ever seen that happen. But then again, I don't see Omnath very often. The Mist Intruder goes in, hits for 3, takes him down to 7. Removes Explosive Vegetation. And I don't know if this guy's joking with what he's saying or whether he's being serious, but my mind's voice is telling me that it sounds a little aggressive, a little offended. Okay. Now comes the tricky part. Can the Grixis Eldrazi deck survive? The Elemental deck is going all in. He's got more than enough damage on the board to finish. Okay, never mind. There was nothing. He had no tricks. So the Elementals take his face off. Well, let's see. Well, this video is has gone on long enough, so I'm going to end it here. That was Grixis Eldrazi Aggro. I'll have to try and find a deck list title that's better than that. This other guy, though, is playing a really interesting mono-green, well, sort of mono-green ramp with red, only it's an elemental creature deck. So, it's the first time I've seen it. I actually hope to see it more often, because it's interesting. But if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.